My name's Rodney Higgins. I'm from Oxford in the United Kingdom. I'm going to be speaking to you today about why do the British, because a lot of people say to me, why do the British, and whatever it is. So I decided I would tell you why we do the things that we do. The first thing is, why do we only speak English? And don't laugh. We do. I speak a little bit of Russian. Спасибо. The reason we speak only English is because essentially we only need to. Honestly, everywhere I go in the world, everybody is very kind, and you all speak English, and it makes it a lot easier for me. I'm also very lazy, so that stops me. But also, we travelled the world giving English to the world. We're incredibly kind. These are English teachers travelling the world and teaching English to the locals. You know how happy he is. And they gave us gifts in return, just to show how much they appreciated what we did. And one of the gifts they gave us was tea. When we went down to India, they gave us tea, which I thought was lovely. And people ask us, why do the British put milk in the tea? Try it. It's better, honestly. But we don't do it just because it's better, and it is. We do it because when we first got given tea hundreds of years ago, we were drinking out of cups like this. This is porcelain china. It's very delicate, maybe 300 years old. And if you pour boiling water into this, it will crack. And if you've just spent lots of money on it, you're going to be unhappy. So we had to put something into it before we put the boiling water. And so we put milk, and it stops the cup from cracking, but also has another advantage. It lightens the tea. It stops your china from becoming stained. So it's two reasons: to stop it from becoming stained and to stop it from shattering. So you're protecting your investment. And this hot water raises another question that I get asked. People come to the United Kingdom and they say, why? Why do you have separate taps? One that is roasting hot and one that is freezing cold. Obviously, firstly, it's to annoy you. That's why we do it. But secondly, there is actually a technical reason for this. It's not just craziness, okay? You see, over here you have what's called community hot and cold water, and it's delivered like this. So you have a central plant, and it delivers hot and cold water to all these different buildings. And this has to be under very high pressure. You can't deliver water to these sort of buildings without very high pressure to push the water all the way through. We don't have this in the United Kingdom. We have the cold water here, and it's being delivered to the properties. But we also have in our properties these tanks, these like large buckets that we have up in the roof space. This is because we are required to have 24 hours of stored water. So this is delivering the water down to our hot water cylinder in our house, which gives us the hot water. And unfortunately, because the cold water is coming in under mains pressure, and this is coming in from the ceiling, we get this. We get very kind of, I wouldn't say weak, but it's not the same level of pressure. If you're delivering your water through the street under high pressure, and you're delivering your hot water from the ceiling under low pressure, you can't mix the two. Because if you have a single tap and you just switch it on, you'll just get cold. That's all you'll get. So this is why we have a separate cold here from the street, and the hot one here that's coming in from the roof space. And the hot's on the left. And I mention this because I want to talk about the left, the big question. Why do the British, why do the English and all the quality countries of the world, why do we all drive on the left? Well, we don't drive on the left, we drive on the correct side. Okay? There's a reason for this. It is. So if you are on the left side, you can do things that you can't do that you're on the right side. Now, but we have to go back in history for this. So when I was building my castles 1,000 years ago, we had these stairways like this, these spiral stairways. Now, if I'm defending my castle from invading hordes from Spain or Russia, I need to be able to defend down like this. And if you're attacking, it's very difficult. This thing is in the way, it's very difficult. So this historical advantage is actually the same for vehicles. If I'm driving my horse and my cart, if I'm on this side here, it's difficult to defend myself like this. But if I'm over on this side on the left and you're coming this way, don't look at me like that, and I need to defend myself, I can do so like this, you see. I don't know why you're attacking. But it's not just that I can defend myself, I can also demonstrate to all of you, if I'm on the left and you're coming down this side, I don't have a weapon. I can also say hello. This is why we salute, this is why we shake hands. And so this is why historically we drive on the left. It makes absolute sense, and this is why you're on the wrong side. So when I'm going to my castle, my family castle, when I'm going to my castle, I want to be able to do that. The question we get asked, do you all live in castles? Yes, we do. We do. No, we don't really, obviously. We live in boxes. You guys live in blocks of flats. We live in boxes. They're called 3-bedroom semis. And what it looks like is, beautifully timed. It's a box like this where you have 3 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms, and pretty much everybody in the United Kingdom wants to basically live in these types of houses. And you just hope that you like your neighbours on the other side, because you're going to be there for 20 years. You never do. You never like your neighbours. And then later on, as you get older, you hope and pray that you end up in a box like this, which you own all on your own, with trees and fields around you. And you hope to retire to a nice little detached house in the countryside. The last question I got asked, thank you Oleg, is why are English men so ugly? I got asked, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is a typical Englishman. There's not a woman here that would not go out for dinner with that man. Look at him. He's a fine figure of a man. There's not a Russian man could stand next to him. So I don't know why we're all so ugly, but it is a question I got asked. Anyway, that's it. That's my presentation. Thank you very much. My name is Rodni Higgins. If you have any questions, Rodni Higgins.